think you have to have that level of strictness as a parent, right? It's one of those, as a parent, you don't want to be too strict with your children, but it's one of those, this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you kind of things, where I need to be like this on one side to get the best out of you.
Yes, there is that way that works, and I have another approach that I do, and it's more based on love.
Mm-hmm.
More, I use more of the love effect, and that works for me. The strictness, that doesn't work as well for me. It hurts me to hurt them, so I use another approach. I have to find another approach. Otherwise, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be good at what I do, because I wouldn't be able to sleep if I yell at them and this and that, and I'm only doing this for your own good type thing.
Yeah.
I use another approach because it works for me, and it may not work for that person that I'm teaching when he teaches somebody, but it definitely works for me.
Do you have that kind of feeling of connection where you do feel that fatherly connection with, in the sense of, like you said, you do things out of love, where they are kind of like your children, your students, in a broader sense, if you know what I mean?
In some sense, I do. In some sense, because when they look at me, and like, for instance, I'll use my Dagestani guys, Habib's crew. I can honestly tell you, in the 12 years since I've been with Habib, no, 10 years, I'm sorry, not 12, because he came 2012.
Yeah.
I'm like, coach got his mind scrambled.
It's all right, you can add a couple of years.
I'm only could be a couple of years off.
Yeah.
But in the 10 years that they've been with me, I've never had one of his team disrespect me in any way. Not once. Not one time.
Wow.
And that's pretty amazing. To have these guys so disciplined like that, and respect their elders and their coaches, and that they are through and through, all of them.
Yeah,
Perfect.
they come from a different cloth, to be honest, because back home where they are in Dagestan, it's very straight. Do you know what I mean? There is no kind of messing around, and that's why when the Connor thing started getting a bit too much, I was like, it's not the right people to do this with. It's like there's certain people that you trash talk and take it to a certain level, and there's other people that just don't accept that stuff.
Yeah, well, originally when that fight first happened, when the fight was announced, I would tell Habib, he's gonna come after you, your family, your country, your religion, your father, even your manager, and maybe even me. I'm not sure about me, but he's coming after you, and I want you to be prepared. Stay relaxed. Don't let it boil you up and get you upset, because you do that, he wins. So you need to do that. I would tell him almost every other day, he's coming after you, and he did. So every time Connor did, Habib beat him every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time, Habib was cool and calm, didn't react, because he was trained from 2 months out that this was going to happen. So as it started happening, it wasn't affecting him very much at all. As a matter of fact, Connor got checkmated quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because he'd show up.
It wasn't working.
Yeah, it wasn't working. He'd come in like, have a drink, and I'd be like, I don't drink. He knows that. It didn't rile him up.
Yeah.
He knew these things were going to come. And what ended up happening is we were going to do the press conference where they both have him come speak, and Habib says, Coach, I'm obligated to be here for 20 minutes, and this is my start time. I'm going to come out at my start time. If Connor doesn't show up, bye-bye. I'm leaving.
I'm done,
I said, what do you think? I said, it's perfect. So guess what? We go out there. Guess who's not there?
Yeah,
Connor's not there. Yeah. So Habib did his 20 minutes. He got booed. The vast majority of the people booed him, because it was like 90% Connor fans.
Yeah.
So they booed him, and Habib's, thank you very much, but I'm going to smash your boy.
Yeah.
And then the idiot comes about 10 minutes after, like thinking struck, and there's like nobody there, and it's like, you got checkmated again, buddy.
That's the thing. Yeah, the mind games.
Yes,
he made him feel like he wasn't ready, because I think the one thing we all know that you can win a fight before the fight just by the mind games and stuff. And I think what surprised Conor the most is that it wasn't getting to Khabib, and where you had the Aldos and that before that were getting so frustrated by it, and you saw in the Aldo fight, that was a different Aldo. He wanted to get, just how stiff he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't loose. It's because of the anger that Conor developed inside him.
Well, the problem with Connor is, he was using the art of war tactics, okay? And I already knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
and
I read that book.
I didn't read the book, but I knew what he was doing. And I knew he was the trigger points. That's why I trained Habib earlier on, and I'm sure his father did also, you know, and
Yeah.
told him to stay relaxed and calm. And so we were one step ahead of him. Had I not watched him do it to everybody else, maybe I wouldn't have been. Maybe if we were the first ones that he did it to, maybe I would have been caught off guard too. But I wasn't off guard because I watched him. I watched him do it to Jose Aldo. I watched him to Chad Mendez. You know, I watched him do it to all these guys, and I said, okay, so that's why I knew. You know, it wasn't like I have a crystal ball, right?
You were just observing.
Yeah, I was observing.
That's your job as a coach too,
Yes.
to kind of know. It's not just inside, you know, the training and that, but to know the outside surrounding things that could be affecting people, right?
Yes, correct.
That's crazy.